So, you want to get out of silver and stop playing like you're an absolute trash can? Don't worry, I got you. So, in this video, I'm going to be going over 10 tips on how to get better at Counter-Strike. And these are just purely like what I've found has helped me get better. This is not statistically proven, it just helps me. First off is Crosshair Placement. Now there's these great maps called yprac maps, and what these do is it spawns enemies in the most common spots that people are usually peeking, and it has every single competitive map, so I'm currently on Nuke Ramp to B, and it basically just spawns a person that shoots at you, and you just have to practice this over and over. Next is Aimbots. What I like to do is get 300 kills before each competitive game I go into. So what I'll do is I'll just sit here, I'll sort of strafe sometimes, and I'll just flick from head to head. Just keep practicing this. I like to get around 300 kills before I say I'm ready. You can get as many as you want. I just find 300 to be a good base to start off with, that I find comfortable, that know I'm warmed up. Next up is Recoil Control. Now there's this great app called Recoil Master, and it'll basically just teach you the recoil and spray patterns of the guns in Counter-Strike. I'm going to have all these maps in the description, by the way. So I like to spend around 10 minutes of this just practicing my recoil control every single day. It's my daily routine because I have nothing better to do. I'll add some distance to it because they're not going to be right in front of you as always, and this is just a good way to master recoil if your first shot doesn't hit because you're not a pro. Next is watch pros. So pros are one of the best things to watch no matter what, because pros are pros for a reason. They're really good at the game. So watching pros, you can gain a ton of info, including like knowing where to throw smokes, throwing mollies, or like throwing grenades, flashbangs, anything. You're gonna learn something from these guys if you're not a high tier already, because they know so much stuff that's just incredible to watch. And once you learn this, you're gonna have better game sense. You can have the best aim in the world, but if you don't have game sense, you are not going to succeed no matter what. And these pros have both, so it's always great to watch these guys and just learn a little bit about them. Next up is skins do not equal wins. Now you can go below a Toyota on a knife, but it's not going to help you. They're fully cosmetic, they may look flashy, but they are not going to help you one bit. Knives, gloves, anything, it's not going to help. Next up is use awesome tools. This is not an ad, but playmasters.gg is what I use. I'll leave a link in the description. It gives a ton of data of what you're doing wrong and compares you to the community. They also have this sick community map where you can go warm up, and it's connected to the web, so it'll tell you what you're doing wrong, and you can see it all in a web browser. Pretty neat. So this is a mixture of the recoil controls and aimbots warm up, and you can just do it together. Next up is learn better movement. Learning movement is crucial no matter what. For example, here Sniper's Nest to Ladder Room, or here Cat to Sniper's Nest, which I did not get the first time, but I got the second time. Learning these jumps can help you if you need to rotate really quick, and just overall learning these is crucial to any Counter-Strike game. Also, learning surfing is important because surfs are... It doesn't really help you in Counter-Strike because you're not really surfing all the time, but just being able to fluidly move your mouse and no movement in Counter-Strike, how you move around in the air, it's crucial to learn. Next up is play retakes. Retaking a site is very crucial because you're going to do it almost every time you're CT, and learning how to hold a site as a CT is just as important. So here's me after about 2 hours of retakes, just going at it on some casuals. It's really easy if you know what you're doing, and then again, against casuals, they're not the most competitive. But once you know how to retake a site, you are going to be unstoppable, because what are they going to do? Stop you? You've been practicing for 2 hours, knowing every little spot to retake. Next is play with friends, and if you're complaining you don't have any friends, too bad. Counter-Strike added an option for this. Click looking for competitive, and it'll just put you on the board essentially. People know that you want to play with them, he'll show your rank, shows you're ready to play comp. And yeah, that's about it. Get out of silver now. Me. So, end of video. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe so I can feed myself food. And yeah, hope you enjoyed.